Okay, take two. I think the last live video that I made, I had pulled my microphone out a little bit, so there was no sound. So if you're there and you're watching and you can hear me, please put a thumbs up. Um, so I will carry on, um, and we will just start chatting again. So day 14 of the 22J challenge, as we bring awareness to post-traumatic stress disorder. And yes, this was created to honour the 22 veterans that take their own lives every single day due to post-traumatic stress disorder. And I honour each and every one, and I honour the awareness that this is bringing. But so too do I honour the people who live with post-traumatic stress disorder because of other things that have happened in their life. I've shared in my story before, it's something that I lived with and I've had to overcome. And this is what my 22 challenge is all about, is sharing the tools and strengthening those tools and those muscles in each of us that help us to move through the things, to move through the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder that make us feel or make us think that we're trapped. So today's tool is to be able to help someone worse off than you, and why that's important. So a lot of the times when we're perhaps going through the symptoms, we can then trigger stories in our heads, stories like, I'm not good enough, what's the point, I can't be there to help anybody, I'm useless, I'm shit at everything. We tell these things over and over inside. We tell these bullshit stories to ourselves that are quite harmful. And I've shared different ways to be able to move through those often demobilizing thought processes. And I was reminded today about some of my own that I'm still playing by my own coach. So I'm so grateful to have my own coach to point out, Nikki, look at that bullshit story you're telling yourself. And that is, it helps me to go, do you know, see that story that I'm telling myself that when I'm dancing about or when I'm going jogging and moving my body, everything's jiggling and everybody's looking at me, so I'm just not going to do it. And that is a bullshit story. So it'd be good to have one of my bullshit stories pointed out today. And I want to highlight your own bullshit stories. What are you telling? I can see that they're watching. If you can hear me, please do a wee love heart or a wee thumbs up so I know that you can hear me okay. So one of the bullshit stories that we can tell ourselves is, especially when we're getting those symptoms of post-traumatic stress, is nobody can help me. I don't know what to do. I'm useless. I can't even go to my job. I can't even help my partner. I can't even be with my kids. I can't go out with friends. I can't go on nights out. We just tell ourselves these things over and over again. And then comes the next stage of, I am useless, I am worthless, I am no good. And one of the things that we can do, we've talked about how we can move our bodies, get into that, change our frame of mind very quickly. We've talked about role models. We've talked about creating a mission that's bigger than yourselves. And today I want to talk about helping somebody. So if we help somebody, and what I mean by helping somebody, it may well be that you pick up a phone to a friend you know is struggling just now. It may well be that you go for a walk and you have eye contact with somebody and smile at them. It may well be that you volunteer at a different place of perhaps people that have gone through the same as you. There is a real sense of value that you get from that, that even when you're feeling at your shittest and your bullshit story is ramped up to the max, even then, you can help someone. You can help someone by sharing your story. You can help someone by saying, do you know what, I'm here. You can help someone by listening and really hearing them. All these things are well within your risk, even when you feel like you're useless, even when you feel like there's nothing that you can possibly do. Just by reaching out in that moment and saying, do you know what, I want, even if it's just, I don't want anybody else to feel like this. This is utter crap. I don't want anybody to feel like this. And when you reach out to them, then that is going to give you that real sense of worth, that real sense, if I can help someone, it might be volunteering at a soup kitchen, volunteering at a food bank. If I can help someone when I feel my crappiest, imagine what you can do when you're feeling even better. Imagine what you can do when you've moved through these symptoms. That real sense of that value in that moment of just even connecting with someone, connecting them and then saying, yeah, life right now is pretty shitty, but do you know what? We're here. Do you know what? You're not alone. You've got someone that you can talk to. You've got someone that can listen. You've got someone that can encourage you. Imagine if during these times where you're struggling that you've got someone to say, do you know what? I'm here. That real feeling of support, that real feeling of you're not being on your own. Imagine if that's somebody that's gone through what you've already gone through. Somebody that says, do you know, I understand. Isn't that such an amazing phrase when you're going through something and you feel completely alone and you perhaps have loved one around you saying, oh, it's okay, you'll get better. But someone that's been through what you've been through, to just look in your eyes and say, I understand. There is such a connection in that moment that makes you feel in that moment that you're okay, that you're not crazy, you're not mad, somebody understands you, you've got that connection, and that to be able to recognise that is got such value. And I know that because I've worked with people who have gone through similar things that I've gone through, who have gone through sexual assaults, who have gone through bullying, who have gone through complete lack of worth. And I've been able to look at them in the eye, even on days where I felt shocking, even when the night before I've been up all night with panic attacks, and that real sense of the world's crushing, your whole body's crushing in on you. That if I can get up the next day and I can feel that somebody's needing a little bit of help and I can reach them and say, do you know, I get it. I understand. You're not alone. Wow. It's such an amazing feeling. That's the tool. That's today's tool. And it's specifically if you're feeling shit, if you're feeling crushed, if you're feeling that you're not worthy, if you're feeling that you can't do anything, even if it's just reaching out to somebody on Facebook, on social media, and say, do you know what I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about you today. Just moving through into that place of help, into that place of service, will shift that mindset and will shift those feelings really quickly. So if you have any questions about this, please do get in touch. If you would like to try out different ways, and even if it's just to say, how can I help someone? And you want to talk about that, get in touch. I'd love to speak to you. Pop in the comments below. Get in touch via my website, www.nikki-turner.co.uk. I'd love to hear from you, and you're not alone, okay? We're all in this together. We're all on this big planet at this moment in time, together to help each other, to support each other, to encourage each other. So if you've watched this, it was lovely speaking to you, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.